Don't hire your cousin to be your real estate agent. They may be nice, they may be an amazing person, but just because they have their license doesn't mean they know anything about real estate. When I work with someone, I've done dozens of transactions. I have a wealth of knowledge about all sorts of different things that can help my clients avoid pitfalls and problems and losing money. People who are barely licensed, who do one or two transactions a year, are just not qualified or as qualified to represent you in a multi-million-dollar business transaction. It's like saying, well, cousin Jimmy watches a lot of ER, so, he should be able to do my open heart surgery. That should be fine. It'll be a lot cheaper if he does it. People are afraid that they're going to offend someone by not hiring them as their real estate agent, and that they're not going to be able to show up at family gatherings, or so-and-so's brother-in-law is going to be mad at me because I didn't hire him to sell my house. Well, listen, if he was that great of an agent, you would want him to sell your house. But if there's another person over here that sells more or that knows more, that's the person you want to hire, not the person who just happens to have a license and does things every once in a while. And sure, they're going to be very aggressive about it because they need that business. They don't have a lot of business because they're not really actively participating in the real estate business. So they're going to be really upset with you, yes, but it's your house, it's your money. Say for example, you need to have open heart surgery done. You're not going to hire your cousin Billy because he watches a lot of ER. That's not how they gain knowledge about, the business. You gain knowledge about real estate by actually doing real estate. You gain knowledge about real estate by actually being involved in transactions, by being the one who's on the line, who's responsible for your client's money, and who's advising them based on dozens of previous transactions, about hours and hours of research on the market that tells you, like, okay, do this, don't do that. That's going to make you money. There's one misstep that this person makes could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Listen, you can still hire your cousin. If he comes out at the end of this process and he's the best person, great. But what you should do is say, all right, what are we trying to accomplish? Are we selling the house or are we buying the house? If we're buying a house, what areas we're buying it in, and make sure that that person is very knowledgeable about those neighborhoods and those marketplaces and what's been selling over the past 6 to 12 months, what's available, and what the market dynamics are at this point. Selling, you need to have somebody who's been selling properties within the last few months, because it changes. They're going to need to give you advice about pricing, about strategy, about how you want to go about your sale. And if someone is not actively involved in transactions, they're just simply not going to know what to tell you. They're going to give you bad advice, and that bad advice is going to cost you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. The relative always gets me because it's usually because they're caving to pressure from their other relatives or other relations, and they're afraid not to go with that person. If you were on trial for Grand Theft Auto, would you hire your niece because she watches a lot of Law and Order? No, you wouldn't. You need to hire someone who actually is involved with those types of situations so they can give you advice that's going to save you from making mistakes. It's very easy to make mistakes in real estate if you don't know what you're doing. To find that qualified agent, you want to look through all the agents that are out there and choose one that's the best fit for you, and try on a couple for size. You can go with, Bobby, your cousin, but meet at least with those other 3 or 4 agents and understand why they're better. Because I guarantee, myself included, if you put me at a table and ask me, what do I have and what leg up do I have and what experience do I have above this person or that person or this person, I can explain it to you. It's very easy. It's like, I've done this, I've been doing this, I'm watching this right now, this is what's going on, these are the market dynamics, this is, it's a buyer's market, it's a seller's market. There's a lot of things that we know, living and breathing in the market every day, and talking to other agents and being involved with, actively seeking sales or, purchases. We know about what's going on out there in a way that somebody who is marginally involved can never know. 10% of the agents do 90% of the business. 90% of the agents do 10% of the business. Your cousin Bobby is in the 90%. I'm in the 10%. So who do you want? Who do you want? You want the expert who's trading all the time, or you want somebody who's casually involved in the business? Don't hire cousin Bobby as your agent. Don't hire your friend. Make sure you hire somebody who's going to make you money, who's going to give you good advice, and who can be your agent for life. This is somebody who's going to advise you not now, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line. They're going to give you the advice that is going to make you money, because they understand, what went into your portfolio and they can sit with you and counsel you as things develop. So it's not just today, it's tomorrow, it's forever. It's real estate is a lifetime endeavor. It's not something you just, hand to somebody because you want to get it done. Getting a license does not mean you're a good real estate agent. Getting a license just means that you studied these thick books and you took a test. There's a million other things that have nothing to do with that license that are involved in the transaction that are very specific that professionals know and Cousin Bobby doesn't know. Don't hire Cousin Bobby as your real estate agent.